He has missed all 8 of Baltimore's full team practices of training camp so far. At this point, he's not a rookie, not a second-year player. So how big a deal do you think this is for both he and the club?
Well, Steve, it's never good to have your starting quarterback out for any length of training camp, but I would argue that it's especially bad for the Ravens right now, given the transition, the evolution really they're trying to make with their offense. Lamar Jackson, former MVP, obviously spectacular player. He's working with a dramatically revamped group of wide receivers. They drafted Rashad Bateman, whomst I love, from Minnesota, Tylan Wallace, so a couple of rookies, signed Sammy Watkins. This is going to be a new offense. They have new passing game coordinators, and all offseason we were calling on Greg Roman to sort of give the passing attack a makeover, not just in terms of personnel, but also schematically. And it seems like that's where they're headed, but that also comes with reps. Lamar Jackson needs to practice with these wide receivers. They need to practice these concepts. So even 8 days of losing out on that opportunity, it hurts, especially given the challenges they face early on in their schedule.
Yeah, and you hit on it, reps, because that's what it's all about. When you're talking about a new cast of characters you're working with, and you're talking about missing 8 days, man, those are valuable reps that you can't make up. And with Lamar Jackson, championships are built in the off-season and training camp. And when you're talking about this amount of time that Lamar Jackson has been out, those are valuable reps that you just can't make up. So to me, this is a setback for the Baltimore Ravens. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, Lamar Jackson's not a rookie. This is a guy that's a former league MVP. I get all of that. But again, when you're working with a new cast of characters, every rep counts. Every practice counts. If you want to compete with, the Cleveland Browns and the other elite teams in the AFC.
Yeah, Damien, Mina, I hear you guys because obviously missed time is not good for anyone, especially when you have a Ravens team that even last year was talking about we're Super Bowl or bust. Like, that's our focus. But it's hard. It's kind of hard for me to get worked up about this. And I'm going to blame Lamar. Here's why. Because I've seen this guy waddle his way to the training room for IVs because of cramping, like in the middle of a game, and come back and blow us all away and win. Like, I don't know. There's something about Lamar that eases my mind a little bit, where it's like, it's not ideal. But this early in training camp, it doesn't worry me as much. Now, check back in with me next week. Just in case, I might change my tune.
Mina, is there something you wanted to add to that?
I guess just what's so disappointing about this, and, we don't know Lamar's vaccination status. He didn't decline to answer the question earlier. We heard Kirk Cousins speak about this. Normally when we talk about quarterbacks missing time in these camps, they're out with injuries, and there's nothing you can do about that. In some of these cases, we're talking about a decision, a choice. And the message that coaches are sending is, look, if you're not convinced by the science of this, or you don't want to listen to scientists, that's one thing, but do it for your team. You are losing a competitive edge by choice if you're missing time, if you're potentially missing games, putting your teammates at risk. And I think that's just it's a bummer, because again, if it was an injury, it would be one thing, but we're not talking about injuries.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.